So what do you want? And he was like,
What do you have to offer?
and then at that point, I got it. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, and today, as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing our first story time. A week ago, I posted a poll on Instagram and I said if you guys wanted to see, or I asked if you guys wanted to see a vlog or a challenge, and it was like 50-50. And then I asked if you wanted a vlog from SD or in TJ because I have family in TJ. So the reason why I asked that was because on Friday my mom asked me if I was gonna go to TJ to go see my little brother's first soccer game. And I wasn't really sure because the weekend before that I already had to stay Sunday and Monday. That's not the point. The point is my mom asked me if I was gonna go to TJ to go see my little brother's soccer game, and I told her I'll talk to Justin about it. So I did, and he said yeah, it was fine. And then on Sunday we're gonna go to his grandpa's house so he can meet Jaden for the first time. On Friday I ended up going to Walmart. I bought like, funny story, so here in San Diego we had soccer games since we were like 6 years old, and they were always outdoor, and we had like those like chairs, you know, like soccer chairs. Anyways, so I bought like 2 of those. They were on sale, and I bought like a picnic blanket type of thing. So yeah, I was all prepared. I bought like Powerades and all this. I texted my mom and my sister and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. So, you know, and then my mom said the game was like at 10 a.m. So I was like, all right, I gotta get up like at 7 so I can get the kids ready, myself ready, the stuff ready. I had everything in the car.
I'm ready, Mom.
You ready?
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's a little weird angle, but I'm driving right now on my way to TJ. I did a little poll on my Instagram to see where you guys wanted to see a vlog. I know I look a mess. I got up like at 6:50, close to 7 a.m. and got our stuff ready because with the kids you need so much stuff. And I am out of the house at 8:50. So it's not too bad. I'm gonna go because it's my little brother's first soccer game and it starts at 10, and it takes me about 27 minutes to get to TJ from where I live. So I will get there with plenty of time to get to the park and everything. I don't even know where it's at, so I have to get to my mom's, and then from there we're gonna go to the game. I'll show you guys them when we get there, and hopefully I remember to vlog. If not, then I'm sorry. I woke up early, I got ready, I got the kids ready. I ended up getting to my mom's around 9:30 exactly. And I was like, okay, how far is this place? And then my sister Googled it. It was like 15 minutes away. And I'm like, all right, we have like 15 minutes to kill, or we can leave right now and, you know, like not be late. So then my mom's all, well, actually his game's like at 11. I lied to you guys because you guys are always late. You know, Mexican props. But I'm not like that. My sister's like that. So I think that's why she said it. And when I got there, my sister was still like kind of asleep. So I understand why my mom did that. But I think she should have just told me the right time. But anyway, so then my mom asked me, what car do you want to take? I didn't want to take her car because the seat belts aren't good at all in the back. And in my sister's car, it's only a 2-door, so it's a little bit smaller. And then I feel like my car was like the perfect size. So like I would want to take my mom's car because it's a 4Runner, more space. But the seat belts don't work, so that's why I didn't want to take it. So I was like, let's take my car. I already have all the stuff in my trunk. I had 1 car seat in the car, which was Jaden's, the little baby one that you can like, a portable car seat. And I took Jade's car seat out. I put it in my mom's house. And then I took out like a bunch of junk I had in there and I threw it on top of her seat. So I took everything out of the car like inside. And then the trunk was packed with like random things, like those 2 like picnic chairs, the blanket, and then there was like a little pop-up tent. There was Jaden's sit me up chair. Yeah, I'll be back. The trunk was full. And then I had the bag with like 4 or 5 Powerades, and then my mom took waters. I took like 3 cuties, and they took like vitamin water, and it was just pretty much packed. We look for the place, we find it, and then we head over. And then it was a little tricky because my little brother's coach was like telling my mom the directions, but like not the actual address. He was just like,
It's gonna be by like that store. You're gonna see this tree. You're gonna make a left, and then you're gonna make a right, and then you're gonna make a loop, and then you're gonna spin around, and then you're gonna see it.
I'm just kidding. We were looking for the place for quite a bit. I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna be late to my little brother's game. But then I saw her messages, and his game didn't even start till like 12. So my mom told us like 2 hours before. We got there like an hour and a half early. But
Whatever, that's not the point. So this place was packed. Like, you see little kids with their jerseys, you see parents with the jerseys, you see like everybody. So then we were looking for parking, we couldn't find any. Mom's like, you guys should get off, I'll look for parking. And then my thought was, what if we get out and we take all these chairs, excuse me, we take a stroller. Oh, and I left one of the strollers too, which is a good thing because I don't know how we would have done it. So I'm like, oh look, I think there's parking right there in front of that truck. There was a big pole and behind it was a truck, right? And then in front there was like a whole line of, you know, so you can park. So we parked there. And then I asked my mom, should we get the chairs out now? She's like, you know what, let's go see how the setup is. If not, we'll come back for the chairs. I was like, okay. So we take one blue stroller, our Zoe stroller, and then we like stack the inside with drinks and stuff. And then I put Jaden in that one, and then my diaper bag. And then another bag, I had the wipies, and I remembered that I had them in there. Well, I told myself to remember, but I didn't take the wipies out. So then, the reason why I'm saying this is because it'll be important later in the story. So then, I have another little cheap stroller. Jade was in that stroller, and then, you know, my mom got her purse, my sister got her little backpack, my little brother got his change of clothes, and then we got snacks, and that was it. So we start going over to the place, and then this place is like nothing like here. So it was like kind of indoor. The parents couldn't go inside, and they had what do you call them, like those bleachers made out of cement.
Jaden. Hi, Tuggy boy.
So then we had to sit up, and then we had to fold the strollers, and we just had too much stuff. So then my mom said, when you get a chance, go leave some stuff. We were waiting for my little brother to play, and then an hour went by and nothing happened. So then my mom said, hey, Jaden has poop. And I was like, okay, well, I have the wipes in the car, let me go get them. She's like, okay, why don't you take a stroller and some of the drinks? So I was like, okay. I grab a bag and I throw like 3 Powerades in there and like 3 waters, and then I hang them on the little stroller, and Jade said she wanted to come with me. This is where the soccer game was, and you had to walk like down the street at the corner and go up, and we were parked like right there. Go there and have like a little taco stand in that corner because it was TJ, and then you go up, and then I see police. I'm like, crap, they're towing my car because there was a tow truck in front of it. It was my car, and then there was a white car, and then there was like a couple, the police officers, and then the tow truck in front of the white car. So then I'm like, crap, they're gonna tow my car. But then I look closely and they were towing the white car. So then I'm like, I wonder why. Like, maybe it broke down. First thing that came to my head was not they're towing my car after I saw that car was hooked on, like going up already. I see a police officer writing on my car, but like on a clipboard. And I ask him, I'm like, excuse me, should I move my car? And he's like, oh
no, you're fine.
So I'm like, okay. So I open the car, and then this other police officer comes, and he's all,
they're gonna tow your car away.
and I was like, what? And he's like,
yeah, they're gonna tow your car away.
but he said it in Spanish, and I speak like fluent Spanish and everything, but there's some words that are a little bit more advanced. I know like that slang Spanish and Spanglish. So then he was like,
we're gonna take your car, we're gonna tow your car.
I was like, what? Why? And he was all,
come here.
So then he walks me like a little bit back, and where that big pole was in front of that other truck, it said a E, and then like it was crossing it off, so it was like no parking. I see it and I'm like, okay, it says no parking, but isn't that for the people behind me? He's like,
no, this counts for the street going down and the street going up.
I'm like, okay, so then you should have a sign in the front. But honestly, I didn't want to fight with the officer. So then I had Jade with me, and I was like stressing him out. So I'm thinking, crap, I'm gonna have to call Justin, and he's gonna be so upset. He's not gonna let me come to TJ here. He thinks it's super dangerous. So then a lot of things are going through my mind, and I'm like, okay, I've been gone for quite a while. My mom and my sister should notice. One of them has to come. And the thing with TJ is that a lot of people can buy out like police and towing companies. Like, I've heard a lot of stories from people that I personally know, and they'll pay them off and they'll be like, okay, take your car. But with this officer, he comes up to me and he's all about the couple. He was like,
this guy thinks that you could fix everything with money and you can't. He's saying, how much do you want? But no, I'm going by the law. And he's saying, no, I'm from California, like I heard I can just pay you off and you'll let go of my car.
So then the guy got mad. So the reason why this guy was going through like towing our cars was because that guy was going off on him, and then his girl next to him, the lady, she was calling him names and stuff. So then that's why the police officers were already like pretty like hyped up and they were mad. So then I was like, okay, obviously the whole money thing didn't work, so I should just be nice. And I was like, I'm just gonna tell him like a sad story or something. So
well, look, I understand where you're coming from. I'm just doing my job. I've been screaming for like an hour. Whose car is this? Asking whose car is this? He said nobody was coming out.
So he called the towing people, and then he's all.
As soon as the towing guy got here, the couple got here and they started going off on me. And then you got here later.
So I was like, okay, I'm like, look, sir, please, I really need my car. My husband's gonna be really upset with me. I have to go to LA tomorrow. He's all.
That's not my problem. I'm sorry. I'm just doing my job.
So I'm like, crap. All right, well, let me get the paperwork or something. And he's all.
We're gonna have to wait.
So then they towed the car in front of me, and they made me watch until they towed my car. And then one of the cops was like trying to be nice, but then the other cop was like rude. He was like,
you know what? I'll try to figure something out. If I can talk to my partner, do something about this, then I will. But if I can't, then I'm sorry.
I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. The couple were like,
Okay, whatever, take my car, I don't care, we'll go get it right now, we have money.
so then they leave, and the guy's like,
look, if this couple stays and they stare at us while I'm trying to unhook your car, then they're gonna have to take your car.
and I'm like, okay, that's cool. And the couple started walking away. I'm like, okay, they left. But later on, the cop said that the couple was still at the corner waiting until my car got taken away. I'm like, so you are taking my car? He's like,
Yeah, what do you want me to do? You parked in the wrong spot.
and I was like, I'm not from here. And I was trying to tell him like a whole sob story, but it didn't work. And then the other cop came and he started talking to his partner, and then there's the guy that was like rude, and then he comes up to me, he's like,
Okay, well, what do you want to do?
and I was like, excuse me? And then he like looks at me up and down. I had like a spaghetti strap shirt and a bra, so like you could kind of, you know, see my chest. And then like I had jeans on, and then I had my daughter in the stroller right in front of me. I had Jade in front of me, and he was also.
So what do you have to offer?
And I was like, excuse me? And I was like trying to cover myself, and he's all.
Oh yeah, well, what do you have to offer? Because we don't want money.
And I was like, okay, well, I don't have my wallet on me. He's like,
Do you have an identification?
and I was like, no. And I'm like, everything is literally over there, not even a block away. Can I go grab it? He's like,
If you go grab it, we're leaving with your car.
and I was like, oh, okay, so what do you want? And he was like,
Well, what do you have to offer?
and then at that point I got it. I was like, oh, these guys don't want money, they kind of want me to pay them with my body or something. Okay, gross, I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, you know what, I'd rather you take my car. I kind of got an attitude because that's so disrespectful. I have my child with me. It was just really wrong. The cops start talking to each other and they're all, oh, give her a something something. They were saying codes. And then he was like, no, give her a ticket for this and that. He was like, no, give her a ticket for this and that. And then they just kept going at it. And then the guy that was like trying to be nice, he was all, okay, just give her this one. He's like, okay. The guy hooks my car up, and then he asked me to take off like the handbrake. And then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna have to take all my papers out from the front, because if we have to take this car out, the registration is in there, our papers are in there to cross back, and like I think the papers from when we bought the car, well, when Justin bought the car, and a few other documents. So I was like, I'm gonna take all that out. So I opened the car, I took that out, I grabbed my charger, and that was it that was inside. Earlier I put everything in my mom's house. So then I open the trunk and I look at it, it is way too full for me to take anything. And then I really wanted to take Jaden's car seat, but I already had like that big bag of waters and stuff. And honestly, now I think about it, I should have taken all those waters out, put them in there in like the trunk or something, and then like left the papers in there and like grabbed his car seat or something. I don't know. But just so much was going through my head. So all this is happening. I'm still looking back constantly, and I'm like, my sister's gonna come any moment. My mom's gonna come any moment. And then I was thinking, okay, my mom had Jaden, so I was like, maybe my mom's not gonna come. But I was like expecting my sister to come, and she was not coming. So then I keep turning around. People were staring at me. I was low-key embarrassed. I really, really wanted to cry, but I'm like, keep your shit together. Like, it's gonna be okay. It's happening. There's nothing you can do about it. If you cry about it, it's not gonna help the situation. So that's all I was thinking. And then Jade started crying. Well, not crying, but she started whining, and she was like, oh, my car, they're taking my car. I'm like, oh, I know, I'm sorry, baby. And she was just like, oh, mom, my car. I'm like, it's okay. The cops gave me my ticket or the paperwork, and he was like,
this is where they're taking your car.
It was on a pink slip, and I was like, okay. And he's all,
it'll be like down the road.
and then he was giving me directions, but I'm not from TJ, so I had no idea what he was talking about. I just made sure to look what address he was talking about, because there was like 8 addresses, and then it was like the top one. And then he's like,
we used to have to wait for the towing guy to come and like give you his paper.
I'm like, okay, I'm waiting. He's like,
Is there anything of value that like you would want me to write down?
I'm like, yeah, everything. my baby's car seat in the back. There's this and this. And I was telling him everything, and all he wrote down was the baby's car seat. He's like,
would you like me to tape your car?
and I was like, what do you mean? So he says like they would tape the trunk so people don't open it when it's at the shop, because I'm guessing people steal stuff. And I'm like, yeah, of course. And the cop's like,
No, you shouldn't, because with the sun, it's gonna melt the glue on, and your car's gonna look bad.
I'm like, I don't care. I don't want people going through my stuff. And he was like,
Well, I'm just saying you shouldn't do it.
I'm like, whatever. So then the towing guy was like,
Hey, do you have your phone so you can take pictures of the stuff you have in here?
and I didn't even have my freaking phone. Everything was where my mom was at and my sister. So I was so frustrated. I felt like so, like I just couldn't do anything. So then I'm just there. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have anything. I can't take pictures of it. He's like,
You know what? I'll take pictures for you. If anything happens, you can like, I'll just pull it up on my phone.
so the towing guy was like really cool. So then he started taking pictures of the inside. And then he starts taking pictures of the trunk and all that. He takes pictures and then he closes it and I lock it. The guy was like,
So they give you the address and then you're gonna show this paper.
and I was like, okay, cool. I just wanted to get out of there as soon as I could, go and tell my mom and be like, we gotta go get my car. So then the cop's like,
Well, you better hurry up and go get your car because they're gonna close soon.
and I was like, okay, what time do the people close so I can pay it? And he's all,
12.
and I was like, what time is it? And he's all,
12:06.
so I'm like, okay, you're telling me to hurry up because you're gonna close soon, but you guys are already closed. And then they just start laughing. So I'm like, okay, well, what time do they close? And he's like,
Well, we close at 2, but I'm just telling you.
so I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I asked the towing guy, I'm like, what time do you guys close? He's all 8 p.m. So I was super confused. I'm like, okay, whatever. I just need to get to my mom and we just need to go get my car. So then I go back and I'm like feeling the tears about to like come out of my freaking eyeballs. I'm like, just hold it together. There is no reason for you to cry. Keep your together. So then I'm walking by like that freaking taco stand, and then I get inside and then I go up and my mom sees Jade and she's like, what happened? She automatically knew something was wrong. And then she sees me with the stroller. She's like,
What happened?
I'm like, Mom, they took the car away. And like I feel like my mouth, like, you know, going like that, like I was about to cry or something. And then Mom was like,
What do you mean they took the car?
I'm like, they took the freaking car. I'm like, we need to go get my car. And she's like,
Who took your car?
I'm like, the towing people, we were in a no parking zone. And there's a bunch of people around her. And I just wanted to keep it low. My mom was just like kind of going off. And I'm like, why didn't you guys go? I was gone for so long. How did you guys not notice? And then she starts yelling at my sister. So my sister Jessica, she's older than me. And she's like,
Jessica, I told you to go to see your sister. I told you she's been gone for a while. Why didn't you go see her?
and my sister was just sitting there. And she's all, what? And then I was like, they took my car. And my sister's like, they took your car? I'm like, yeah, they took my car. And she's all, who? And I'm like, towing people. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And she's all, oh my God. And the mom's like, and mom was just going off. I'm like, Mom, stop. And I'm like, we just need to go get my car. There's no reason why you should be yelling at my sisters. Stop arguing. Let's go get my car. They close super early, so we need to go. And she's all,
Okay, let's go. And she's like, did you always get the wipers to change the kid?
or they changed Jaden. And I'm like, yeah. She's like,
And I was so stressed out. I was already gonna ask the lady in front of me if she could borrow her wipers or something because like he's been saying this shit for a while.
so I changed Jaden, and I'm just staying calm. I'm just thinking about everything Justin's probably gonna tell me if I have to call him. My sister's trying to figure out where it's at, and she was looking at the address on the blue paper, and I clearly told her the pink paper, and she kept saying, are you sure this is where you're supposed to go? I'm like, yes, I already told you. I made sure to pay attention. He told me like how to get there, but I have no idea how to get there. So she kept looking for it. It wouldn't pop out. So my mom was calling on her phone because Mexico numbers are different from American numbers. So then she was calling from her phone because my phone had like no service whatsoever. Like in certain spots it gets it, in certain spots it doesn't. She's all,
Let's go. We gotta go on the main street and find a taxi.
she told my sister, get me an Uber. And she's like, well, I don't even know where you guys are going, so I can't. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, can you stay with one stroller and some of the stuff? I'll take one of the strollers. I have to take both kids because Jaden is breastfed. My sister probably wouldn't be able to handle Jade. And then she still had to wait for my little brother. So I was like, I'm just gonna take both kids. So then we go out of the street, and like no freaking taxi would be out. Like usually you see taxis lined up waiting for people, but there was like not one freaking taxi. I was so frustrated, but I was not showing it. I was just like this the whole time. I was just super like I can't believe this is happening. And then I see like a taxi driver go inside of like this little parking lot, and then my mom goes to him. She's like, hey, are you busy? He's all like, no, like I'm not taking people right now. So then we keep looking, and then she calls my cousin, and then he was like hours away somewhere, and then he couldn't make it on time by the time they closed. I think he was like an hour and a half drive like away. And then I don't know, my mom was just trying to figure things out. I felt useless because I didn't know who to call. I didn't know what to do. The taxi guy comes out, the same taxi guy. He's like, hey, you guys didn't find taxi. We're all, no. He's like, oh, okay. So my mom's like, hey, how much would you charge to go here? And then he was like, oh, okay, I think I know where it's at. So then he's like, get in. So then we get in. And then he takes us, and then it came out on his phone. I'm like, how come it came out on your phone, but it wouldn't come out on my sister's? But like, whatever. It was the longest drive ever. We were taking so long, and there was so much traffic, and the guy was like amazed of how much traffic there was. Like, it's ridiculous how much traffic there was. It was only 12:30 or something, and there was so much traffic. Like, it probably took us an hour to get there. We get to the place, and this is where things sucked even more. So then we get there, and then we ask the lady, and she's all, okay, let me see an ID. I'm like, okay, I had all the paperwork. And she's all,
the car's not yours.
I'm like, what do you mean? She's like,
You didn't buy the car.
I'm like, no, it's under my husband's name. And she's like, okay.
Okay, well, he needs to come get it.
I'm like, no, do not tell me that. So I had to call Justin. I'm like, but look, I have his birth certificate. I have our marriage license. I have the birth certificates of our children. I have my ID. I have the registration. I had every freaking paper you could think about. And she was like,
No, you're not the right person.
and I was like,
Oh, whatever, call Justin, hurry up.
she's like,
Oh, and by the way, we close at 3.
at this point it was like 1. So then I called Justin, and I'm like, bad news. And he's all, what? And I'm like, they towed the car. And he's all, what? Why? I'm like, because we parked in the no parking zone. And he's all, and he just stayed quiet. And I thought like my phone didn't have signal, and I'm like, hello, are you still there? And he's all, yeah, I'm thinking. I'm like, okay. And I didn't want to be like, are you mad? Because obviously he was mad. So he's like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? I was like, they need you to come here, and they close at 3. I'm like, they close at 3, so you need to hurry up and get over here. And Justin works, so I was like, he just has to say like some excuse, I don't know, say something. So then he's all, oh, okay, well, let me see what I can do. And he's like, my car's not gonna make it. Justin has a freaking electric car, so he couldn't even make it all the way because he didn't have full charge. And to get full charge, he needed to have his car charging for like a whole weekend. So I don't know. So then everything was just against us. Like, nothing was working out. Call Jay, call somebody, like, I don't know, somebody. And then he's like, I guess he starts calling people, and then mom's like, oh.
Well, either way, we can't be here. Let's go home, get a taxi home. Let's get my car so that way we can pick up Justin at the line.
The taxi guy was still outside. He waited for us. We go, he takes us home, and then I get Jade's car seat. I put Jaden in that one. I had like all our paperwork in my backpack, and I'm like texting Justin. I'm calling him, and I'm like, Mom, what about my tia? What if my tia picks up Justin? And she's like,
Okay, call her.
so then I call her, and she's all, yeah, give me the address. So I send her the address of where Justin works, and then I text Justin. I'm like, hey, my tia can go get you. He's like, oh no, it's fine, like I got a car. I'm like, okay, call her and say never mind because my service is horrible. He's all, okay. Or he doesn't even say anything. So then we get to the line, and we're waiting for him. And then I call my tia. I'm like, hey, did Justin tell you that he didn't need to ride anymore? She's all, no, he didn't call me. Luis is already on his way. So I'm like, oh, what the hell? So then she's like, I'll let him know. I'm like, okay, cool. So Justin's not picking up. He's not calling. And then he finally calls me. He's like, hey, what exit do I get off on? I'm like, okay, it's this one, this one. And he's all, okay. I'm like, are you leaving the car on the other side? And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, there's a parking lot here. And then he couldn't find the freaking parking lot. And then finally he found it, and Mom was like,
He got impatient. He should have waited for Luis, and he would have got here. He would have just crossed, and we have to look the parking or anything.
I'm like, Mom, it already happened, whatever. And she's all,
If it hits 2:30, we're not gonna make it. So tell him never mind.
I'm like, okay. And it was like 2. So I'm waiting for him. He's like, okay, I'm barely getting the exit. And I'm like, oh my god, I thought you were looking for parking already. And that's the thing with Justin, that he doesn't fully communicate. But then again, I guess he was like mad or something. I don't know. And I'm still waiting there, and Jaden was like getting hungry, so I feed him, and then Jade was getting hot. I was getting really frustrated with everything. Mom's like,
He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it.
I'm like, Mom, just stop. Like, hopefully he makes it. So then he's like, okay, cross. And then he told me they detained him. I'm like, what are the freaking odds that the freaking Mexican border detains him? So apparently now they have a rule. They're like being more strict, like the U.S. American Border Patrol. And like, if you don't have passport, then they'll detain you because like you're not from their country. I don't know, whatever. They detained him for a long time, not a long time, but they detained him for a while, and they wouldn't let him go, and they just made him sit there. The time he was able to cross, it was 2:30 exactly, and there's just so much traffic. Mom's like, we're not gonna make it. And then by the time we saw him and everything, it was already 3. So it was just way too late. And I'm like, okay, well, obviously we didn't make it. And then Justin's face was just serious and he was upset. And then, yeah, we were going to do a barbecue that day and everything. But I was like, I'm not even in the mood. Justin was like, well, let's just go home. I'm like, yeah, like, I only have 1 car seat anyway. So we have to figure something out. And the good thing, he had a car seat in his car. So then we went to his work. We had both car seats. And then, yeah, we got home, and that was our day. And I thought he was going to be upset for, like, the whole day. But he wasn't. Like, he got over it. He said it happens, and he understands. And then the thing that sucked is that we couldn't pick up our car until Monday, and this was on a Saturday. So then I'm, like, thinking the worst things. They're going to take, like, parts from my car. They're going to steal my stuff. I don't know. And Justin's license expired, so he woke up, like, at 7 to go to the DMV. Yeah, he woke up at 7 to go to the DMV, and he went to go renew his license. He took, like, the proof of it, and then he got at the, like, back to our house, like, at 10:30. My sister picked us up. We headed over to TJ again, and then my mom was already in her car. I told her to get ready and everything. We got in her car, we went to the place, and then everything was, like, so much smoother. So, we had all our paperwork. We left Jade with my sister. We went and took Jaden, because obviously he's breastfed, so he's, like, attached to me. So then, yeah, we get to the place, we pay for the ticket, or, like, we get the receipt, and the lady's like, okay, you're gonna need 2 copies of your ID, 2 copies of your registration. So then she's like, the shop is across the street. So we had to go to, like, a liquor store and, like, buy 4 copies, go get the copies, and Justin was all making fun of it, because it was, like, a crappy liquor store, pretty much, and it looked kind of dirty. So then he's all, how many stars do you think this place has? I'm like, 4.8. Hold on, let me go get Jaden. Here's Junkie Boy. You guys probably haven't seen him in a while too. He has strawberry stuff all over him. So anyways, we get the copies, we go back, and it was gonna be like 1,000 pesos for one thing, 400 pesos for another. And then I think in total it's like $70. Yeah, like $70 or something, which is way better than here, because it was there overnight. It was there from Saturday all the way till Monday. So then we go, and the lady's like, okay, if you guys want this price to go down, you can talk to the judge. I'm like, the judge? She's like, yeah, go inside and there's a judge in there. So I'm like, okay, my mom was telling me about this before. She's all, because you guys aren't from here, you could be like, I'm from here, like, can you lower it? I didn't know about the signs. And usually they do. So we were waiting, and then I go ask the lady, I'm like, hey, where's the judge? She's like, oh, if he's not there, then I don't know where he is. And, like, they're so unprofessional. Like, we saw cops spinning their freaking guns around. We saw one of the worker ladies there walking, and then one of the cops going behind her and, like, grabbing her butt, and, like, they were just, like, laughing and flirting, and it was just so unprofessional. And Justin kept saying how sketchy everybody looked, and honestly, everybody did look super sketchy. We were waiting there for a bit, and she's like, I don't know, he could be hours, he could be like minutes, we don't know when he's gonna be back. And they were gonna close, so I was like, you know what, no. And Justin was like, yeah, let's just pay for the full thing. Hey, I'm like, okay, you know, like, let's pay for it. So we went and paid for it, and the lady was like, okay, your car's gonna be over here, 2 blocks down, 4 blocks up. I'm like, okay, cool. So I still put it on my mom's phone. We found the spot. We went, gave them the paperwork. We got our car, checked everything. Everything was there. They were super nice, and they were like, if your car, like, check if your car runs. If it doesn't, like, you know, give you some, like, battery life or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So then we drove off with our car. The stickers were, like, all over, and they're really hard to take off. For those of you that don't know, Justin works at a Chevrolet car place. So yeah, he's gonna try to get that detailed. And yeah, that was the story of how our car got towed in TJ. Everything happens for a reason. I always say that, like, I go by that so much. Everything happens for a reason. I went to go get those, I left those wipes in the trunk for a reason. I went to go get the freaking wipes for a reason, because if my car would have been gone, I would have thought somebody stole it or they towed it, and I would have had no idea where to go get it. And I don't know, everything happens for a reason. Like, that's all I can say. Justin didn't make it there for some reason, and we had to pick it up on Monday, and we didn't go see his grandpa anymore for some reason. And I don't know. I always say, and my mom, like, my mom goes by this too, don't ask why, but ask for what. For what did this thing happen? Not why, but for what. if that makes sense. I don't know. It sounds better in Spanish. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, and I know it was a little bit all over the place because the kids, Jaden woke up and everything. Jade's been playing around, so I've been like stopping, and she's been going to the bathroom and stuff, so yeah, that's my life. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys are not already, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and if you guys like the story time and you want to hear more story times, then comment down below and let us know. I have so many stories I can tell you guys with my sister, stories I have with Justin, and just a bunch of stories in general. See you guys next time. Bye!
Bye. Bye.